We're good.
We're good. Welcome everyone back to June's Witch Talk, Coffee Witch Talk.
Sorry about being a week late, but we were busy.
Oh, we were very busy. You were away up at Orlando. I was in the Great Smoky Mountains, and we had the fantastic time of it all.
Absolutely. Summer Magic Fest was a beautiful festival in Orlando, and there was probably like 130 people.
Nice.
So
Nice.
that made for a very interesting ritual.
Mm-hmm.
That many people.
Yes. Awesome.
At the opening ritual, I'll just jump into it.
Mm-hmm.
At the opening ritual, they did this exercise where the high priestess turned to the person on her left and said, "The divine in me honors the divine in you," and then went to the next person, and that person went next person, next person, next person. So we got to the end, and then those people said it to us. So at the end of this whole exercise, it took about 35 minutes. Everyone in that room, all 100 people, had said that twice and looked into each other's eyes twice.
That is fantastic.
And then she announced, "There's no strangers here. We're family." I was like, oh my God. Yes. It makes you feel so warm inside. That set the entire tone for the whole weekend. It was beautiful.
Fantastic.
So I'm going to do something this is turning the mundane into magical. I'm making mop covers. There's a brand of mops that use these little covers, and the texture when you crochet this stitch, this is called the crunch stitch, makes it really nice for scrubbing the floor. And what I plan to do is write up some magical floor washes.
Yes.
And put them with a couple of these. So I'll show you how to do this. I chained 42 because I want this to be like at least 12 inches long, maybe 13, because once I fold it, then it's going to stretch onto the regular size mop. Even if you have one of those mops with the teeth, you can just leave them flat and put it on top of it, like a Cuban mop. Yeah. You could use this stitch for washcloths too, or anything, or even a hot pad, or because it's a nice thickness. But you chain 42, or however long you want. You chain a multiple of twos, a even number, and then it's just doing a slip stitch and then a half double crochet.
Oh, nice.
A slip stitch. And it really becomes a meditation. So you can just get in the zone. And so where you put the slip stitches down there, you put the half doubles on the next row. And you can tell which stitch you put the half doubles in, because this line, see, every row has these lines. The one that it's pointing to gets the half double crochet, and the one on top of it gets the slip stitch.
Nice.
So if you lose track or focus or what have you, you get distracted, which I might while we're talking, I can always look at it and say, okay, this is pointing at that. I'm going to put a half double crochet in there.
Awesome.
And that's it. It's an easy one. I needed an easy one after that last weekend. Too much energy.
Absolutely. You were busy as a vendor at the...
Yes. Yeah, the Magical Market was open from 9 in the morning to 6 at night. And then we would have some dinner and go to a workshop or ritual or concert. S.J. Tucker was the musical guest. We went to her. That was Friday night. We went to her concert, and then right after her concert, there was a late night devotional to Hecate.
Yeah.
So we weren't in bed till midnight. And then we were up at 7
7
o'clock the next morning to be venting at 9 again.
Yeah. Roll out of bed, get some food in you.
That's it.
It reminds me of Turning the Tides.
Oh, yeah.
When we were up there and actually down there because it's more southern than us. And I remember getting there that Friday and helping decorate and stuff.
Mm-hmm. We're going to do that again.
I know. I'm so excited.
They're still planning on that first weekend in February, so it'll be an Imbolc
nice
celebration.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just need to know the date as soon as possible, and I can put it into my vacation time.
Yes, they're going to be. I think there's a meeting on the 25th. I'm going to attend on Zoom, if not in person, and see what they say about it.
Nice. Awesome.
They're waiting back from the park is what they're doing. It
Yeah.
takes so long to get permission from county parks, state parks, or whatever it is. I think it's a state park.
It's a state park. State is typically, it's much longer, the process to get the facilities and stuff. Awesome. I know when you guys were up there at Summer Magic Fest, I was in the Great Smoky Mountains.
Yes, I saw the pictures. They were beautiful.
Yes. And we went to Cherokee, North Carolina, and we actually stayed on the reservations at one of the hotels.
Oh, that's nice.
And during the weekend, the hotel's expensive, but during the weekdays when we went, it was only less than $60 a night.
Wow, that's
But it's
great.
like $200 on the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's where a lot of people come during the summertime.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so gorgeous up there, especially hiking.
Mm.
I did Mingo Falls and the Sunoco Falls. And Mingo, is it Mingo or Mango? It's an odd name. And you go up 168 stairs.
Wow.
And there's like a bench at the top so you can sit there and rest. But like I need to preface these stairs are not even stairs. They're not like going up like a regular staircase. They're like you get like a set of regulars and then you go and you have to walk like 3 feet to 5 feet to get to the next step.
Oh.
And some of them they range in different heights too.
Oh my goodness. Different people made the different steps.
Yes. Yes. And Sunoco Falls was a traditional trail going down hillside, but to get back up, it was very easy. I had my banyan tree walking stick with me.
Okay.
And it was more, I used it more for balance because of the rocks and going down the hill and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the way they have Sunoco set up is that they have lines already set up. So if you want to go down to the base of the falls, you can.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
How did Panda do?
They're not panda-friendly hikes. They're not Nope, not panda-friendly. Because typically I go hiking like very early in the morning, like 8 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I do this, especially during the summertime before school lets out or when school lets out, the trail gets congested with kids.
Oh.
Because when I did Catawba Falls, there was a lot of kids.
Yeah, you want to kind of zone out and just be there.
Oh, yes.
You don't want kids running back and forth and yapping.
Mm-hmm. But no, like, it was beautiful. Like, Sunoco Falls, I sat on, like, one of the rock ledges and just listened to the waterfall.
Oh.
And the great thing about when you go to the waterfalls in the Great Smoky Mountains, especially the two on the reservation, is as soon as you pull up, you can hear them.
Mm. I haven't traveled enough in this country. I mean, I've been to many of the states,
Mm-hmm.
but not like as a tourist. I
Mm-hmm.
lived out in Arizona for a while, so I saw,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of things out there. But like I went all the way to Hawaii to see waterfalls. I could just do it right here. There's no reason to go to any other country. We've got everything, don't we?
We do.
Deserts,
Waterfalls,
snow-capped mountains, and beaches.
Because we went to the viewing point, the highest viewing point, Caverns. I can never say it correctly. The dome that you walk up to, and I'm thinking that this is going to be panda friendly. Like it's paved, easy walk. He did get like 20 feet away from the car. He's like, I'm going back to the car. I can't do this.
Aww.
But it was panda weather. It was 49 degrees up there.
So he loved it.
And so he sat in the car. And the funny thing is, there's a Pokemon stop up there. You know what he was doing. He was playing Pokemon the whole entire time.
He's got all kinds of mountain Pokemon.
Yes, a lot of the bison Pokemons for that region, like the popular.
Funny. That's
funny. So like he's playing up there, and like I got cell phone reception up there too, because like a good part of the trip, like when we were actually in the mountains, like if I wasn't close to the Cherokee Casino or to that part of the reservation, the other parts I had no reception.
Right.
So the best thing is if you don't have reception, you have an Apple device, download Google Maps, because Google Maps will still run offline.
Oh, cool.
If you have it preset and stuff.
Yeah. Very good.
I know, it was fantastic. I even got to walk on the Appalachian Trails for a little bit because it crosses the observation point.
Wow. What a great connection to your ancestors and your spirits of the land.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Summer Magic Fest was all about. The spirits of the land. Being in Florida, Birch and I brought our Lady Florida mascots, Gator and Manatee and Key Deer and Panther. And they let us put it on the altar for clean water.
Mm-hmm.
Remember a couple weeks ago, we all signed a petition about clean water?
Yes.
Well, 2 women were there with more of those petitions, and they had set up a whole altar where you signed up for it.
Nice.
And we told them we already signed that. Our whole grove had signed it, and they were very happy to hear that. They're just starting a cups group up in Jacksonville.
Nice.
So we had a lot to talk about, but it's so funny. Every day we'd go by that altar, and Gator and Manatee and Panther and Key Deer would be in a different spot. It's like they were moving around. I guess people were picking them up and looking at them and putting them over here and there. We're like, oh my goodness, they're having a great time.
That reminds me, like the animals and stuff. Like we saw animals when we were up there. We did the drive through Smoky Mountains. We wasn't able to go to the ferry house because the road was shut down.
Aww.
Because of the smoke issue up there.
Oh, yeah.
So they didn't allow people to do that, but they didn't close the rest of the park.
Mm-hmm.
But
thank goodness.
So we drove through to Gatlinburg.
Oh, I've been there.
And like I looked at Panda, I was like, we're going to Pokemon here, and then we're going to leave because we are not going to wait for a restaurant.
No, that's too touristy.
It's too much. It's like, this is too many people. So on our way out at Gatlinburg, we saw a black bear on the side of the road. Oh, it was so adorable. Just like this munching on a leaf. He's like, and then we saw a deer, and then we saw elk.
Wow.
And we saw a mink, and we also saw a beaver on a beaver dam.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. And
yes, Panda did go into the woods. When we got to the green, like the main, like it's the same at the Everglades. Like you go to like right before the entrance of the park, there's a welcoming center that has like information about the Great Smoky Mountains and stuff. Well, it's a little bit different up there than it is in the Everglades because before they never used to charge for the park because that's one of the things of like it's a free park.
Yeah.
But if you're using it to commute from Cherokee to Gatlinburg, they don't charge you. What they do is they charge you a $5 a day parking pass.
Okay.
If you want to do a week, it's $15.
Oh, well, that's reasonable.
And it's basically for the roads to be improved and stuff and maintained.
Yeah, it helps maintain the park. So, yeah, I would definitely pay.
Yeah, so it's called a parking fee, not an entrance fee, because of the way that the land was given to the state forestry. But the park itself was so beautiful. Like, it has 2 picnic areas, one close to Gatlinburg, one close to Cherokee. And when you go in there, it's just like the canopies, like it makes it feel like a whole different area.
Nice.
And yes, they do have, if you go to the bathrooms, there's a sign saying bears like privacy too. Not to mess with the bears.
Oh,
not to feed the bears.
It's just like out west. Do not pet the fluffy cows. People are crazy.
I know. Like I saw like someone petting a bison, and the bison's like, "Not today, not today."
Excuse me, but I did not give you consent to touch me.
And like Panda's like, I can't find a trash can because he's looking for a traditional trash can. I have to tell him the trash cans are right there. He's like, are those trash cans? It's like they have to be bear proof.
Yeah.
AKA panda proof. The jokes I made to my husband kept going that day. But at the Welcoming Center, you have a trail that goes back, and they have historical buildings and stuff, how they used to live and stuff. And yes, I have videos of a rooster crowing in the middle of the day.
Wow.
Well, it was not middle of the day. It was like it was 10:30 in the morning, so technically it was still morning.
Just a late sleeper.
But
that's a rooster after my own heart.
Yes. And there's a trail that walks through the woods and stuff that Panda could do, so good. He enjoyed it. That's where we saw the beaver and the dam and stuff. And he absolutely enjoyed it.
Oh, that's so good. Because he wasn't sure about that nature stuff.
He looks at me crazy sometimes. He's like, "What are you doing?"
Why are you just walking? What?
And he's like at the Everglades. I go by myself now. I don't bring the husband. We did it once and he was happy, but he's not gonna go on the trails hiking.
Been there, done that.
Yes, me, I can go all the time and like just hike the trails and walk the trails.
Oh yeah.
And it was so funny, like going out to the overlook point and seeing the Appalachian Trail and walking on it, like, it was fantastic.
Gosh, when another thing I got to do up at Summer Magic Fest was meet some authors. We met Jason Mankey, the author of the Horned God book that Carl always keeps in the bathroom. And Carl had his Bro Witch shirt on, and Jason got very excited about that. And like, oh man, it was so good to see that. It makes my heart feel good. Also, I got my book signed by Nathan Hall. I have had this book for a while, and I was reminded of this when you were just telling me about the Everglades, because his experience of walking through the Everglades for the first time is in this book, and he was taken. I mean, it hit him so hard, connecting with the spirits of the land. He got physically sick. He threw up. But it was just he was walking at night. He could hear the alligators all around him. Then it got a little farther out, and then all of a sudden, all these fireflies just started buzzing everywhere, just lighting up everywhere, and it was just too much for him. And that's the kind of experience that you want.
Nice.
In the Everglades. Then I met Kobe Michaels, and I got his book, The Poison Path Herbal.
Nice.
And I told him about it, and he said that was a good idea, and he'd like to see it when he's done. I know I make those goddesses. I made Bridget and Gaia and everybody.
Mm-hmm.
He sees the baneful plants like goddesses. Like this is the deadly nightshade glyph that he created, and I can see this incorporated into the goddess, right? Her head, her arms, this moon on her chest, and this like embroidered. It wouldn't be flat, it would kind of wrap around her. But to make a deadly nightshade goddess, or a belladonna or a datura, this is black nightshade, and to incorporate those in designing my goddesses, that's like something else I want to do after I finish making crows.
Yes.
I made that crow and posted it on Facebook and got 7 orders. So since I've been home, I've just been making crows.
1 crow, 2 crow. Soon you will have a murder.
It's been a murder. So that was interesting.
Yes. But I think we both had like adventures this past week.
Beautiful. And I got it prepared now for another one. 4 weeks from yesterday, I'll be on the road again up to Mystic South in Georgia.
Yes.
I wonder what they're going to want there.
Yes.
I still got plenty of hats, although I sold quite a few. And I want to make some darker owl shawls. Everybody was asking for blacks and grays, I can't wear white. So I got work to do.
Yes, you have a lot of crocheting to do. Always. So
Saturday is Litha. And we're going to have just a little get together and ritual on spinning things.
Yes.
Because it's so hot in Florida, we decided that people need fans and pinwheels and those spray bottles that fan the water on you. And so we built a ritual around that. It'll be a nice ritual to Lady Florida.
Oh, yeah. I know when we were up there in the mountains, Panda was so happy with the cold weather. He's like, it's not hot. It's not hot. And like he got up like early with me to go to the Great Smoky Mountains Thursday. No, Wednesday. Was it Wednesday? It was Wednesday. We went Wednesday, and he got up early in the morning, went out to the car. He's like, oh, this is so nice.
That would have been freezing.
I actually made sure I left my work jacket in because I heard at the observation point, because it's so high in the mountain, that you need to bring a jacket with you. Now, granted, I had the jacket on going a little bit up the hill, took it off because I got extremely hot.
Right.
I was like, oh.
So what were the temperatures?
It was 49 when we got there to the observation point. When I got to the point itself, to the tower to look over, it was like 46. Now, when it came to like at the hotel in the regular mountain area, it started off as 55 and stayed in the 70s. It was nice and cool, no humidity, not oppressive. And the great thing about our hotel, we were at the backside of a mountain going up.
Oh, nice.
So one morning there was actual elk on the mountain hillside.
Wow. That's like when we used to go up to Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
We used to see things like that at the cabin.
It's beautiful.
It really is. As long as we can live with the animals,
Mm-hmm.
because they were there first.
Yeah.
But
And we went to a lot of the Cherokee owned shops and stuff too.
good.
We went to the Cherokee Museum that the Cherokee Nation has,
Uh-huh.
and it's a beautiful museum. It's like Panda was taking photos everywhere, everywhere, and he's like, wow, wow. He was like so like in tune with everything. And then just right across the street, there's a store that the reservation, like all the stuff that's in that store is native made. That's where I got my necklace from.
Excellent.
So, and like they even have like the artists and stuff. Like they
So
have
you can
like
meet them.
like you can see the little card and stuff.
Oh, good. Yeah. I bet they have events every once in a while.
Oh,
You
yeah,
can
they
meet
do.
The artists.
Yeah, and they have like pictures. They have jewelry. They have. I got a new rattle.
Oh, cool.
And the prices are not that expensive either.
No.
It's very reasonable. And they sell a lot.
Well, that happens when you buy directly from an artist.
Mm-hmm.
That middleman doesn't have to make his cut.
Mm-hmm.
You can give all that money. You probably, I know what that's like. When I sell my stuff, I get the price that I want.
Mm-hmm.
And when someone buys it for resale from me, they want a deal.
Yes.
So I actually make more money if you just come to me.
Mm-hmm.
But it is nice to have my stuff in shops. At Summer Magic Fest, there was a shop represented very. Oh gosh, I should have brought his card out. But they said that they would love to carry my hats. But then again, I have to negotiate to see what they would want to pay for them so that they could get
a profit.
Mm-hmm. So, but sometimes those stores they can charge $60-$75 for a witch's hat.
Yeah.
So I can have my. There have been times where I got my regular price for my hats, and
Mm-hmm.
they were enough. It was enough for them to make a profit.
Oh yeah, I know. When we went into the native store, I was able to find Birch's birthday gift actually.
Oh, cool.
So she's going to get that this Friday.
Nice. I had a lot of birthdays all at once.
Yes.
Everybody had something to do.
Yes, and it was my birthday that passed on that week too. So it was like a birthday vacation and our honeymoon vacation that we finally got to take up there.
Good.
And like the little shops, like we went to a native coffee shop too.
Nice.
And like they had the different lattes and stuff. Like I got the Moon People latte. It was very good. Like all that stuff is like named like Moon People and stuff. Like different tribal stuff.
I saw one post that you had native tacos.
Yeah.
Everything was on the fry bread.
Mm-hmm. That was at one of the diners and stuff, and like I said to Panda, you're going to have fry bread this way. This is the traditional way, but you're not going to get the vegetables and stuff because you don't eat vegetables. So you're getting the one that has the chili and cheese.
Yeah. There was a fry bread burger. I was all over that. I was like, oh, bring me home a fry bread burger.
It's so good.
Let me measure this.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like 4.5 inches. Mm-hmm. And I think one of those mops is like 10 by 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
There's a larger size that's 12 by 6. So you'd have to just make it to fit your mop and then just fold it over and then sew here and here. And you could stretch it on there. You want it to be a little stretchy so that it doesn't fall off. Because once it gets wet, it's going to be heavy if you use it for wet, but you can just dust with this easily. So I'm going to stop now and do the sides.
Nice. Awesome. We even had breakfast beside the river up there.
Ooh.
At one of the little cafes. So, like, if you ever go to the Great Smoky Mountains, like, Gatlinburg's nice, but Cherokee's better because, yes, it is crowded with families on the weekends, but if you go during the weekdays, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's not, like, overwhelming, like, everyone's on top of each other like ants, like in Gatlinburg. Like, I got very stressed out in Gatlinburg. I was like, this is too many people. You know, like, I imagine, like, dealing with this going to Disney World and to a theme park. But with there, you know, in those locations, you can actually spread out.
Yeah.
Gatlinburg, you can't really spread out on the sidewalks.
Right. You got little paths and everything. And it's a different... It's a different atmosphere.
Yes.
In Disney or Universal, you love that excitement of all the people and everything.
Yes.
But this, you want to have a little solace, you know, and to enjoy the you know, the quietness of the nature.
Oh, yes. And just like the nature part of like the Great Smoky Mountains was so beautiful and so peaceful.
Yeah. Awesome. So here's what I did. I counted 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I folded it over, and then I just sewed those 2 together with a single crochet right down. That'll kind of make it cup up. Some of those mops have what you call it? Like little clips to clip the cover into, so you can stretch it and clip it. And get it. Have you ever made floor wash yourself?
Yes, I have.
What do you put in yours?
I typically, it just depends on the time of the month and if it's a full moon. I typically do Florida water, and I typically get pine sol because pine is for protection. And then I'll get like a perfume oil or like a protecting cologne from the botanical shop. Like, say, like, I want to bring in prosperity, bring in luck into the home, I'll add that to the floor wash. So it just depends on what I'm looking to do.
Right.
Because, like, they do have, like, a cinnamon cologne that's great for prosperity if you do it at the first of the month. Like, blow your cinnamon in and then wash your floors with cinnamon to bring in that wealth and abundance.
That's a great idea. Typical floor wash, like if mundane floor wash, there's like several rules, like an acid and a soap, and so just say water, vinegar, and a couple of drops of dishwashing soap. But make sure it doesn't have any moisturizers or anything, because that'll streak your floor. If you got a wood floor, then you can use oils. You can even put a little olive oil in there. And the pine sol, it would be great for wood floors because that's an oil. But I was also thinking that you could prepare, just like the Florida water, that's pre-prepared. But you could prepare your water by simmering it on the stove with sprigs of rosemary, sprigs of rue, whatever you put in there to release the oils
lemon
into
zest,
the water.
orange.
Yeah. And then that fills the whole house with that scent.
Mm-hmm.
And then you use that water to make your floor wash.
Mm-hmm.
And that could just be a little, if you're using lemons and oranges, then it could just be like a little vinegar, or if you don't like the smell of vinegar.
I can't use vinegar. Panda hates vinegar.
Carl doesn't like vinegar either. I like to just clean the drains once a month with baking soda and vinegar. But I do it when he's at work.
Like, even like my red wine vinegar that I put on my food, like on my salads, he hates it. Like the balsamic, he hates the smell.
Oh boy.
Any vinegar he hates.
Okay. Well,
and then like I had to stop him because like I have like the thicker balsamic for like the drizzle and stuff on.
Oh
he's
yeah,
like,
the glaze.
The glaze. He's like, oh, what's this? It's like it's vinegar. You're not gonna like it.
No, but I like it on tomatoes and fresh mozzarella.
Oh, those are so good. And Panda would be like, yuck. He hates. But poor Panda. Like, I didn't tell him the other name of the diner up there.
What's that?
The other name is the other diner that's on the Cherokee Reservation is called BJ's. You know where that conversation went.
That's terrible. In my past life, I was a hairdresser. Honestly, I went to cosmetology school when I was in my 20s, and I worked in the. I ended up becoming allergic to all the chemicals, so I had to give it up. But I was pretty much giving it up anyway. It was like, people are so strange when you're doing their hair. But this woman called one time, and I was in a mood. I was answering the phone, and she asked me how much I charged for a blowjob. So I said $200. She's like, what?
Let me guess. It was for a blow dry.
Blow dry. I said $15, ma'am. I'm just kidding. Oh, but that was the beginning of the end of my career as a hairdresser.
Yes.
I wasn't going to sell myself short. About $15. No. So see your little thing here, and you can just put your little mop in there and. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna make a bunch of these, and probably 2 in a bag with a floor wash recipe.
Yes.
I'll bring those to Miss South and see how they do.
Because I know, like, the one thing I gave Carl was native medicine that I made.
Yes.
And people have asked me for the recipe. It's like, nope.
No. But you can have a recipe for floor wash.
Yes. I said, I can make you some, but I can't tell you.
And it works, too. He
very
much enjoys it. You can use it as an aftershave or just refresh your skin.
Yes. Yeah, that was something my grandmother taught me, to use, like, your sacred medicines to help heal you and stuff from my native side of my culture and stuff.
Absolutely. It's nice that you share those things, but not Granny's recipe.
Not the recipe, and I don't sell them for money either. I have to make that clear. It's not for sale.
But you have to be nice.
You have to be nice.
You have to act nice.
You have to be nice. And then I'll help you. I know. This is why, like, in, like if you go to, like, reservations like Cherokee and stuff, you'll see, like, the beaded necklaces, the earrings, and handmade stuff. We do sell that to, like, a lot of different nations. We do sell that to make money for the tribes and stuff. Yes. Instead of selling our sacred medicine and our sacred culture.
Right. The handicrafts. In Mexico, the Huichol tribe does the beading work. And I have a few pieces of that. And since they have become so popular with their artwork, they have not had to resort to working on the tobacco plantations of old.
Yay!
That's a tribe that does that walk to the peyote every year. Very, very interesting people.
Yes.
I feel a kindred spirit toward them and their crafting.
So I think this is it for this coffee talk.
Oh, already? It goes so fast. All right. Kobe Michael, Nathan Hall, and me.
And you.
Fiber Magic.
Yes. And you can find us on Spiritual Moon. That's my channel. Or Abilena Gross channels on YouTube, Clapper, Instagram, and our website as well.
And I'm everywhere as Fiber Magic. Just Google Fiber Magic, and your phone will start smoking. And
yes.
Just pick one place.
Yes.
Instagram, TikTok, you name it.
All right, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.